You know I can't hear the clicks, right? Good day, ma'ams and sirs, and welcome to the Number 9 with Tommy podcast, where if no clear winner is decided in regulation, a series of 10 penalty kicks will determine the team to walk away as champion. The season is here, Number Niners, the perfect time of the year to give someone less fortunate a head start and contribute some cheer. Find the link on our Facebook and join in our fight so our little Angel Faith's parents can rest a little easier at night. We've got a whole year to wrap up, pardon the pun, and the next handful of episodes are going to be flooded with fun. So grab onto a camel or mistletoe, whichever makes more sense, and join us. We're your neighbors, so let's tear down the fence. And here he is now, presenting a show that's likely to not have a cliffhanger. It's Jolly St. Nick's gout-ridden doppelganger, Tommy fucking Washington. What's been up, man? How are you?
Not much, Pat. Not much. Just watched the craziest ending to a football game I think I've ever seen in my life. Second Armour's already in the chat. He says, "Let's go," with a bunch of Christmas trees. I like it. Yeah, if you guys haven't already, if you can, go over to the GoFundMe page. It's in the link of all of our current episodes. And by current, I mean our last episode and this one. Go over and donate to the GoFundMe page for my little baby niece. She is home. I do have some news on that front. She needs... So I guess her test results weren't where they wanted them to be. So she will start a second round of chemo, which will be a little bit more intense. And that'll be about 8 weeks long, my sister said. And if that's unsuccessful, she will automatically be put into they have a drug out that they are, it's an experimental, they're calling it, but that
Sure.
will pretty much 100% take care of it. So it might be a longer road than they were expecting, but so far the GoFundMe has raised like $17,000, I think, something like that. Pretty good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty good start.
Tom, let me ask you. I don't know the answer to this, and I bet you don't know the answer to this, but I bet you could get the information from your sister and brother-in-law by the time we do another episode. My question is this: in children who are getting chemo, is it a lower dosage or like a watered down dosage? Like how obviously she's not going to get the same intensity or level of chemo as a 200-pound adult. So I'm curious how they lower it.
I think it depends on the type of cancer, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So
Second Armament is already in the chat, by the way.
I said that at the, like, are you on delay or something from when me talking? I said that as soon as you stop talking. Jesus. You're fucking killing me.
I'm talking for the intro.
You're fucking killing me.
Yeah, I got sidetracked. I was listening to the story of Faith.
Yeah, so, well, I said that before I said the thing about Faith. But anyway, I understand. So I think it's just, to be honest with you, I think it's depending on the cancer that they have and stuff like that. As far as I know, she hasn't, like, lost her hair or anything from this treatment. I don't know if she can. I never asked. Not really the biggest thing in the world if she loses her hair. You know what I mean?
Like the least important part of this whole thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I forgot I have this going too. You can click the link right inside the chat if you're watching live. If you are able to go donate, that'd be fantastic. We did do our gifts for the family, which this year we chose my sister. We ordered everything for them. My sister called me and was very surprised that we ordered everything on the list. She said, "You guys didn't have to. Did you guys have donations?" And I said, "That's none of your business. Just know that your kids will have a good Christmas because of this."
Mind your fucking business, Tiffany.
Yeah, pretty much. Just know that your kids will have a good Christmas, and that's all that matters. She goes, "Well, I'm going to say that summer from you and I, Eric." I said, "No, we're getting them their own gifts from us. That will be, this is totally separate. This is from Santa." And I told her to send me a video. I wanted to play it on the show. I guess Santa went by their house today on a fire truck.
Ooh, that's pretty fancy.
Yeah, so I guess it's something that they do every year where she lives. And you have to like call ahead to make sure the truck stops there. So she had it all set up. So that was pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that. Hopefully
is she still on the hill there?
What do you mean the hill?
And go up the driveway and towards the left, up that hill.
No, man, she bought a house in the Milford.
Okay.
She hasn't lived there in fucking 8 years, probably 7 years.
All right. Well, I like that place. That's a nice place.
Yeah, a place set up in the back next to the restaurant there.
I don't know what it was next to. It was a nice place. That fucking hill would have been a nightmare, and the yard itself would have been a nightmare.
Yeah, I know. I used to mow it. That was brutal.
Ah.
I used to go out there and mow it for her. But anyway, here we are. We're back on the podcast. We didn't do a Wednesday show. I think we were all set up, and then Pat was running late, and I was like, let's not rush it. Because when we rush timelines and getting ready for a show, it ends up being a shitty show. So let's not do that. My brother I was telling Pat this, if you guys are watching live or if you're watching tomorrow, I just watched the end of the Patriots-Raiders game, and the craziest shit happened at the end of that. And so I'm texting my brother because he's a Raiders fan, and he texted me back after it was all over and said, I'm not even watching. And then I said, you missed the craziest thing I've ever seen in football. And he said, ha ha ha, what the fuck? So he must have went and watched a clip of it real quick. This shit was crazy. Nick says, what's up, you sexy mother lovers? I am a mother lover. You know what I'm saying? Kind of. Older women. Your mom.
Oh, there it is. I actually saw it and didn't say a word. I was like, here it comes.
So anyway, Pat, we got some memes to go over. Pat, you messed up the emails that you sent me, but I fixed them. You had the same
I didn't
photo.
send you any emails. I sent them to me. We just happen to share an inbox.
Oh, well, you sent them. You sent 3.
I was working out of it.
I hear you. Well, I put all those into the thing. We're all set here.
You might have a duplicate in there somewhere. It's possible.
It was
no, I deleted it off the timeline.
It was definitely, yeah, I didn't even look at the timeline. I haven't looked at the timeline. Okay. I went all off those emails. So anyway.
All right. Well, this is going to be a fucking nightmare because now I have to find in the timeline where, okay, I'm with you. I see the one you're on.
I did it in order in which they were in the email.
Perfect. I took them off the email and made a timeline.
This is going to be awesome.
We're not the most efficient crew, but we're both working, guys. We're both out here doing our thing.
I should show the pictures. For those of you that have been tracking the progress of Tom's bathroom, Tom's bathroom today got primer for paint. There's one spot in the ceiling that I'm going to have to go back and sand, which I'm not super excited about. But other than that, it's coming together all right. Hopefully tomorrow night.
Is that where you were doing taping? That's why you need to go back over it because you went a little heavy or didn't sand enough or sanded too much?
I didn't sand it enough in one spot. It's driving me fucking crazy. I saw it after I painted today. But other than that, it's coming along all right. Hopefully we'll do the actual paint tomorrow. We'll see how I feel when I get out of work. If not, we'll do it on Saturday. I don't have plans for Christmas really, so Saturday, Sunday, and Monday are the last 3 days, hopefully, and we'll be done with this bathroom after a long 8 months.
Been a project.
I was at my in-laws yesterday, my sister-in-law's house, and we were talking about the bathroom, and I made a joke like, "Oh, this fucking contractor, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get rid of him." Blah, blah, blah. And I guess you'd call my brother-in-law, didn't know that I was doing all the work, and he goes, "It sounds like he's not doing any work for you." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm the guy, bro. I'm the guy." That's the joke. Thanks.
You are correct. I am not doing any work for myself.
No, it's been a long process, but anyway, Pat, sorry I cut you off. You got this first one here.
Yeah, before we get into all the good news, I would like to give a shout out to the unique Unicorn 92. She lost her mom over the last week. Never fun. So you're certainly in our thoughts. That's a shitty one.
Yeah, it's rough.
I was going to drop in yesterday by surprise and bring presents for the kids, and I was like, yeah, that might not be the right time to do it.
Yeah,
well, I'm going to let this one breathe a little bit.
Yeah, hard pass on that one. Too soon.
I wasn't sure how to approach it. And like, who do you text? Because the only person I can text is her fucking husband who's going through it with her. So I was like, nah, I'm going to give them some time, and I will, Patrick this up in a little bit.
Yeah, good call. Good call.
So that said, let's get into good news. I swear I did everything I could to keep this a positive episode. And I actually, in searching, it's so much easier to find
horrible stories.
Yeah. So I found some really good resources. And because we haven't tapped these resources, I could use anything from like the last 20 years and it was all relevant, you know? Where with the bad news, it's like we're updating it every week, so it's tougher to find. So this wasn't too bad. This is okay, so let me just explain. A lot of this today's episode is good news coming out of science. A lot of it is just random kind things. There was a feed on the Chive that was like, "What's the nicest thing somebody you've never met before, like a total stranger, has done for you?" So some of it's that. Some of it's just really funny stuff that I thought was adjacent to either Christmas or kindness. So a couple different resources, but there was a lot to pull from. So hopefully it's funny stuff. This first meme it's actually a feed where this girl Angelica says, "Hi, my puppy won't stop barking when we leave till we come home. Help!" Big exclamation points all the way across. Help's all capitalized. And the message recipient, which is the title is Puppy Problems. Their response is, "Hello, Angelica. Unfortunately, this is a page for my band, which happens to be called Puppy Problems. I'm not an expert. However, I did a little Googling, and it seems like your pup has separation anxiety. There's a lot of resources out there about helping them feel more comfortable when alone. Here's a link you might find helpful." So this guy, who's in a band called fucking Puppy Problems, goes out of his way to do some fucking research for this girl who's having a problem. By the way, her username is Angelica, and then the last name's blocked out. So he's responding to her and he says, "Hello, Angelica." So her response to this is, "My dog eats everything. How do you know my name?"
Oh my god.
So it was nice that we had a little bit of kindness and the dumbest motherfucker on the planet.
Oh my god.
It's great. This one is, hold on, I gotta find where you're at because this is gonna be a whole episode thing. I think I'm with you here. I'm gonna click on that, make it bigger. So this one, this is an author, and she says only 2 people came to my author signing yesterday, so I was pretty bummed about it, especially as 37 people responded going to the event. Kind of upset, honestly, and a little bit embarrassed. And there is a slew, I mean a fucking just a plethora of very, very, very reputable authors who wrote back to this woman who nobody's ever heard of to just kind of be like, "Hey, listen, you're a part of a very specific club," including this response from Stephen King where he says, "At my first Salem's Lot signing, I had one customer. It was a fat kid who said, 'Hey, bud, do you know where there's some Nazi books?'"
Nice.
There are tons of authors who had really, really good stories that just kind of like commiserated, and they were like, "Listen, if you're going to be a part of the gang, like we've been through it too. Totally understand you." It was pretty cool to read through them. You gonna take that one, Tom?
Teacher asks the class to spell a 12-letter word. Kid says masturbation. Teacher says, "Wow, that's a mouthful." Kid says, "No, you're thinking of blowjob." Classic. That's not a
Yeah.
12-letter word, though.
No, it is not.
Stats show
Go ahead.
Stats show the average person has sex 89 times per year. Looks like I'm in store for a wild December.
That's a great post. So this is a guy. He's looking back. He's remembering a time. He says, "Sometimes I think about the guy at my poker table in Vegas who was kicked out after the pit boss said he was too drunk. Security came over and asked him to say the alphabet starting with M, and he replied, 'Malphabet,' and he was escorted out of the room." That's fucking awesome.
He's not wrong. He asked him to say the alphabet starting with the letter M. Alphabet.
Fucking nailed it.
Did Kansas City end up coming back and winning?
I don't know.
I'm gonna
Last
let you-
I saw, I'm
Well, I
pretty sure
can tell you
Mahomes ran in the game, the go-ahead.
Well,
score.
they missed the kick with
2. They missed a fucking extra point and a field goal. I know that because Butker's on my fucking fantasy team. Yes, they won 30-24.
Wow. You know, just when you think, oh my god, he fumbled it. Oh yeah, there you go. Wow, shit's wild.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Anyway, sorry. Squirrel.
There's your double. That's the one we already did.
No, it loops. It loops. The other one, I'll show you the double. So we got.
So do you
I
have
found
more or?
No, that's it.
Oh, well then let me tell you that on the timeline, there's one. It's two kids sitting in the back seat smiling for a news camera, and I won't read the headline yet. What the person posted was, "I could never disown my child for sexual orientation or promiscuity, but if I raised a snitch, he's gonna pack his shit and go." And then it shows the news article, the two kids smiling in the back seat, and it says, "Kindergartner makes 911 call after dad drives through a red light." It's fucking great.
That's awesome.
There's also one. There's a group called Muggle Facts and News, so it's like a Harry Potter fan club thing, and they must post random like interesting facts about Harry Potter movies or books, whatever. And this one says J.K. Rowling says that Hermione, in hindsight, should have ended up with Harry instead of Ron. And somebody responded, "Didn't she write the damn book?" That's a fantastic call. Yes, absolutely. Seems like a weird thing to complain about.
Oof. Dude, Brady's having such a rough year. Do you think he comes back next year?
Tough to say. If they get a running back, maybe. They
Running back. They have Leonard Fournette.
They have maybe an offensive line then. They have the worst running team they've had in franchise history this year.
His contract's up at the Bucks.
Who's that, Fournette or Brady?
Brady.
I mean, he said 50. So here's what I would think, and I could totally be wrong.
Some are saying he's going to go to Las Vegas.
I would have said the Niners.
No, I don't think he goes to the Niners. The Niners have
spent
Purdy,
his childhood
dude.
as a fan of the Niners.
So is half the fucking league. You know what I mean?
Well, half the league doesn't have carte blanche to do whatever the fuck they want, whenever the fuck they want. Tom Brady does.
Yeah, I don't think they have to sign.
Oh, Erica said every couple sentence you're freezing on me.
That's on her though, and I can't go reset the Wi-Fi while I'm in the middle. I can't reset the Wi-Fi while I'm in the middle of a stream. Sorry. Pet.
Tom.
Oh, I'm not gonna say it on the show. Never mind.
Okay. Tom, I am not a part of laying 9.5 with Tommy, but I do want to make this announcement. I won the motherfucking soccer World Cup pool.
Pat, at this point, nobody's a part of laying 9.5 with Tommy because we haven't put out an episode in like fucking 8 weeks.
I did not know that.
You want to know what's super funny is I called up my boy Griff Wednesday morning last week, and I said, he called me while I was on my way to work, and he was like, "Hey, bud, you got anything for this guy to do today?" Da, 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 da. And we were talking, whatever. And I said, and he was like, "What's the matter, man? You seem upset." And I said, "Oh, just my friends." And he was like, "What do you mean?" I said, "Oh, I do this podcast with this kid, and he just keeps blowing me off every Tuesday night. We're supposed to do the show. He just never texts me or nothing. Just doesn't show up to do the show." He was like, "What the fuck, man?" He got all mad, and I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I think we need a rebirth of the Lane 9.5 with Tommy. We've talked about this previously. That I think we're gonna get away from the betting side of things and just really talk more about sports. Because I like sports, but I haven't even been betting myself because it hasn't been a good time to be betting for me. And Christmas and everything, it's either gamble or buy Colin gifts. And trust me, I lean towards gambling. But Erica told me I couldn't. So
I have in the year 2022, because I got rid of the app pretty much as soon as I got it. I bet $100 and was done because it's way too much fun for me to be a part of.
Yes.
I did the soccer thing, and this is how much I know about soccer. I called the guy who runs the league, and I said, "Hey, man, who do I need to win or lose or whatever to like? Can I still take first place or am I out?" And he was like, "Fuck you, man! You already won. It doesn't matter what happens from here on out." I was like, "Yes." So
It's
the
awesome.
other thing I'm doing is you're a part of it. It's the first time I've ever done it. Fantasy football. And after tomorrow night's games, we'll enter into the last week of our season. It's the second week of the playoffs. And I will be from the looks of it, I'm about 40, 50 points away from being one of the last two people. If I win the league. If I lose, then who gives a fuck? Because the only place that matters in our league is first and last, and I'm not going to be either of those if I lose next week. So pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, I was not very happy with the way our playoff system works. We're not going to relive it, but I may have went up to the commissioner and told him I wanted my fucking money back. I told him to go fuck himself multiple
I am
times.
seriously considering. I know that everybody in the league would not do this. I know that this is an unpopular decision, but in the event that I win, I'm seriously considering going to. There's a guy out of New Jersey who makes championship title belts, and dropping like 300 of the winnings on a championship belt for the league. I don't know that I'm gonna do it, but I think it's a really fucking cool idea to carry the title for a year and then put it on the line next year.
I like that. It makes it so that you have to keep playing every year, though, which I don't see that as a bad thing, because I had a great time. All the shit talking we did.
Yeah, I don't get. I wanted at the beginning. First off, I didn't know what we were getting into. I would have drafted together. I would have been in the same room drafting. So next year, that's the way that should be handled. But also, the big thing, like the loser has to buy breakfast sandwiches. I said, why don't we go out? Like, why doesn't the loser buy breakfast at a fucking restaurant so we can all be in the same room? And everybody was like, nah. Like, so what's the fucking point? Like, are we just gambling to gamble? You could do that on the fucking apps. You don't need this.
Well, it's not
Like,
really
this is about-
gambling. I don't know.
No, it's just
I'm
like
with you on
fun
the draft.
for friends.
I'm with you on the drafting. The first fantasy football league I ever did was with Griff, and it was probably fucking 9 years ago I did it.
Yeah.
But he did a big thing at his house. Everybody brought food, and you make like not a day of it, but a few hours, and
Yeah,
everybody all
have some fun.
Yeah. Which you can go to a restaurant and do that shit. You know what I mean? Like go to a bar.
Absolutely.
You get food and stuff. Have a couple drinks if you're into drinking, and it's a good time. Yeah, I think I think this came together at the last minute, very last minute. So maybe moving forward we do some better stuff. Plus, we should definitely overthrow the commissioner. He's a piece of shit.
Actually, we could probably do the draft from his pizza shop next year.
Yeah.
Fucking Don Lindsay's pizza shop. That'd be great.
Yeah, that fucking.
We could all order the number 2.
So anyway, Pat, we got some bad advertising. We haven't done that in a while.
We do. Tom, man. So I gotta figure out. So you missed some memes on the podcast that I really liked. So I'm gonna have to move them to next week, but I'll take care of that. Just remind me later.
Yeah, well, so you see how this is confusing for me, Pat? Because usually you only do 3 or 4 memes. So when they were all in the email, I was like, oh, this is going to be easy. Can download them, fucking bomb, bomb, bomb right there.
I did specifically send you a text message that said, hey, man, this is going to be all fucking memes. The whole fucking show is just picture text. Because I was going through everything I found. I was just screenshotting so I could just have it all. So that's how I built the timeline.
Pat, I'm realizing the fact that I have football on in the background is very distracting.
Yeah, well, I get yelled at for eating sunflower seeds, so we all have our demons.
Especially since I didn't get to watch a lot of football today because I was working in the bathroom and shit, so I missed all this great shit.
Sure. Why don't you just turn it off and watch the fucking Sports Center Top 10 tomorrow?
Nobody got time for that.
Okay. So, Tom, the first bad advertising is the huge cardboard displays that companies will make to put, a bunch of their product on like an end cap or in the middle on a pallet.
Dude, I looked at this picture 4 times. This is the first time I read
it. So it's a huge Planters display. There's 5 flavors. There's probably 3 or 4 shelves. We can't see because we're looking at the side of it. But the side is the advertisement, and it says Planters. To all a good nut. And that is thank you, Planters. Thank you, Mr. Peanut.
That's fucking awesome. Can you believe Tennessee lost again today?
That is what it is, my friend. Did you see the you don't watch college basketball, never mind. UNC was getting routed yesterday. They are having a very lackluster season. They're underperforming like a motherfucker. They were supposed to be number 1. They're not currently ranked, and they were playing number 24 in the country, and they were down pretty bad. And then we were watching football, and we turned our heads, and all of a sudden UNC was down by like 5, and then all of a sudden UNC was down by like 2. And then UNC was winning. And then it went into overtime and UNC took the game, and it was a fucking glorious moment.
Did you watch any of the games yesterday?
I literally just told a story about watching the games yesterday.
Oh, I thought you were talking about today.
No, I said, well, God damn it.
Did you see
watching football?
Did you see the collapse of that fucking Colts game?
Against the Vikings?
Yes.
It was the biggest turnaround in NFL history. It was 33-0, and it ended up 33-36.
If I had any balls and you would have bet Minnesota money line at halftime, it was plus 3,500.
So if you bet $100, you would have won $3,500.
Yes. Or if you bet $10, you would have won $350.
That still seems like a bad bet. Like, they should pay out way bigger. It's never happened before in history.
Yeah, but it's football. Anything can happen in football. And it's the fucking Colts, dude. It's like, what the dude, the Colts are fucking brutal. Like,
Which is crazy because they have one of the best coaches in history.
Jeff Saturday?
Yeah.
I like Jeff Saturday.
I love Jeff Saturday, but they're like, hey, man, you've never coached on any level in any fucking college, high school, professional. You sure you want to do this? And he's like, yeah, man, if I suck, I'll just quit. Like, that is like the fucking Donald Trump of NFL coaches right there. He's like, fuck it. I'm one of you guys. Let's do it.
Well, he was the center for Peyton Manning for like a decade. So
yeah, he understands the game.
Yeah. Anyway, so we got this one. Yo, what's up, kid? Hey, what's up? Hey, Colin got a new girlfriend.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is he covered in hickeys right now?
No, he was away in Massachusetts this weekend.
Is his girlfriend in Massachusetts?
No, he's trying to get his hickey on Tuesday night. We don't know if we're going to let him go yet.
Tuesday night, hickey night. Yeah.
Tuesday night, hickey night.
Tell Colin, completely unrelated. Wow, poor timing. Tell Colin to text me so I can take him out.
Pat wants to take you out. He wants you to text him. Why are you trying to take out my kid? You trying to give him hickeys?
No, you piece of shit. I asked him if he wanted to go out for you and Erica's gifts, and he said yes, but we haven't fucking lined up. I tried to get him this weekend, but he was up in Mass.
Word. If you can grab some gifts for Erica for me while you're out, that'd be great.
I almost did it today. He's like, Tom, you killed it this Christmas.
Anyway, so we got this one. Walmart really should have thought this over a little bit more, and it's the pistachio.
Wonderful pistachios.
Yeah. And it has the Grinch on it. It says green and salty, just like my nuts. It's fucking awesome. That's not a Walmart thing. That's a goddamn Wonderful thing. Like
no, because Wonderful's fine with that advertisement. Walmart is family friendly. Wonderful's like, yeah, we're nuts. Don't take it the wrong way. Walmart's like, no, we don't appreciate this brand of lowbrow humor.
I love it. Good for them.
It's great. I would hang that if I could get my hands on that fucking cardboard. This is Tom. You ever use any of the like
feminine hygiene products?
Instacart. No, Instacart. You ever use Instacart?
No.
Okay, so Instacart. If I say I want, let's call it a 3-pack of hearts of romaine lettuce, and I want brand A, and they're out. Instacart will go, hey man, we have brand B, or we have this organic, or we have individual ones. We have a 10-pack. Like, do any of these replacements work for you? This is a woman shopping at Walmart.com. They have a similar thing to Instacart now. It just started. She ordered some Tampax Pearl tampons with leak guard, and Walmart's substitution offer was whole white mushrooms, 16 ounce. And she just wrote back, hi, Walmart. I don't think mushrooms will work.
I think that's because they're the same price.
I'm sure you are correct. That doesn't mean the system is working just yet. So, fucking fungus crotch over there.
Yeah, fungus crutch. Pat, I'm looking at the AFC wild card chances to make the playoffs. Chargers are up to 79% chance of their playoff probability. In case you're wondering.
I'm just hopeful that next week the Chargers quarterback very, very, very much underperforms.
He usually does.
What's that?
He usually does. This week he has like 5 points.
Yeah, he did not do great. He had 8.72 points.
You better hope he doesn't start fucking Purdy. Purdy's playing the Commanders next week. Oh boy.
If he had started Purdy this week, he'd be at like 175 fucking points.
I know. And he asked me, should I start Purdy or should I start Homeboy? And I was like, I think you should start Purdy.
I will say I felt so my game is on one side of the bracket and then the other game is on the other side of the bracket for the playoffs. I felt like myself and the guy I'm playing against should have gone against the other two teams in like a rat tail round because I didn't feel like we were worthy. I am outpacing the guy who's losing that game right now. So it looks like I would have beat him this week. So that makes me feel a little bit better about, potentially getting into the championship game here.
Yeah, you're probably going to get in, but that kid's going to destroy you.
Oh, I'm going to get my shit kicked in.
And that kid's
he kicked my shit in the last week of the regular season as well.
Yeah, his team is nasty. Anyway, Pat, is this going to be a new segment we're doing here with this last piece?
It's not the last piece, but it is the next last piece.
Oh, boy. This isn't the last piece?
No, sir.
I have no idea what we're covering in the last piece of the show.
If you were just to go look at the fucking timeline, it would really clear things up for you.
Yeah,
so we still have Three Finger News, but it is a positive spin on Three Finger News. Still going to shock you. Still going to shock you. But yes, so we have, this is not going to be a new piece. It was a whole kind of like who's who of mental health advice, people helping people. And I liked it. You wanted positive, and this was some stuff that maybe we don't think through or maybe we don't take seriously. So let's burn through them. Oh God, you put these in and they're all going to be out of my order. Okay, let's do your thing.